Welcome to the Steve Clifton podcast. I am Steve Clifton. He is I is him. Slim with the tilted brim. Isn't that what Snoop Dogg said? You guys ever find yourself like in your life, just whenever people are having conversations, just start saying lyrics, the songs instead just pop in your head? Or is that just me? Mr. Song Lyric Guy. Anyways, how are you guys doing this week? This is the 7th episode of the Steve Clifton podcast. They have not canceled me yet. Still working on it. One of these days. No, I'm not going to get canceled. Anyway, so what's good in your hood? How are y'all doing this week? What is going on? You know, a lot of times people still ask me, why did you start this podcast? Really, I started this podcast because I need therapy and I can't afford it. So I just talk to myself, which is what I've been doing since I was a little kid. So instead of doing that, I record myself and talk to you guys. So I just want to know what's going good in your hood. You can hit me up at Steve Clifton 0728 at gmail.com. I think that's what my email address is. I made an email address specifically for this, and now I can't remember it. What do you do? No one emails me on it anyways. Or hit me if you're watching me on YouTube, hit me up in the comments below there. Follow me on Spotify. You can follow me on TikTok now. It's Steve Clifton Podcast. Some great stuff going on there, trying to catch up with the youngs because I'm old. Email address is steveclifton0798 at gmail.com. I think something like that. Who cares? Anyways, so what's good in your head? What's going on with your week? My week was kind of awkward. Not really awkward. Just had I don't know, you guys, since COVID started, I know y'all are tired of hearing this. I don't know if you're tired of hearing this COVID talk. I'll be glad whenever something else not really happens, but something else so we can move past all this COVID talk. But since COVID started, I've been having some bad luck with jobs. The job markets, as you well know, is crazy out there. It really is. Either people don't want to work or you can't find anybody to work or the money's not correctly or anyways, the job market's been crazy for like the last 2 years, and got laid off during COVID, and then took a job that I didn't want to, just to get some money, stocking shelves at for a local drink facility, we'll put it that way. And then that made me an old man really quick. And then I tried to get a job at banks. And all these banks want experience. And I don't have that kind of experience bank-wise. But I do have retail-wise. But to make a long story short, when people say that, I love when people say that. To make a long story short, they continue with their long story. To make a long story short, I found a bank that would take somebody on like me with no experience. Once again, I won't say that. But let's say they're in a Walmart. And that was one of the things is like, because I worked at Walmart for years. Like, I don't want to work at a bank in a Walmart. We'll take this job for some experience, learn some stuff, and then move on in about a year once I get some experience. So it's a second chance, start your rough start, beginning start bank anyway. So I worked there. I love the industry. It's great talking to customers and everything on a daily basis and kind of having a semi bank schedule. I mean, we went in at 9:30. We get off at 6. We were open on the weekend though, but close to having a bank schedule. I thought I was doing good, but the problem is the bank is slow. The banking industry is rough right now because people don't want to put money in accounts. They're worried about holding on their money, and now the government's like wanting to record everything they do anymore, which they do anyways. And it's very slow in that store. The actual Walmart it was in is slow. Foot traffic was horrible. And to make a long story short again, when I got the job, they told me that there was no sales requirements. Like, just if you open accounts, cool. If you don't, new accounts. If you open new accounts, cool. If not, it is what it is. That was a lie. That was a lie. Just like when you go to an interview and you lie, well, you've been the truth about some stuff a little bit. to get a job. They do the same thing to you guys. And I went to work Thursday and they were like, yeah, you're not opening enough accounts. And yeah, we don't need you no more. Alrighty then. Well, here we are again in the COVID job search. But I found one instantly. I just went on Indeed and there was a guy that called me from a local pizza place that I won't say the name again. And they were looking for an assistant manager. And hey, got to have a job. So I called them and I had an interview the same day I got let go of the other job. Same exact day. God is good. God is good. He's looking out for you. He definitely is looking out for you, even when in your battles, man. So I got a job instantly. It was so quick. They were like, hey, yeah, we'll let you know here in a couple hours. They called me back the same day. Hey, we want to offer you this assistant manager job. You interested? Yeah. When do you want to start? Tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be there. So moved from one to right into the other one. So I've been there for like 3 days now. 2 days. I worked there a couple of days, and I don't know if you guys. It's been a while since I've been in the food industry. You know, whenever I worked back on my Walmart, it's funny. I won't say the other ones, but I'll say Walmart. What are you gonna do? They're not gonna go out of business. You know, they're so big. Anyways, whenever I worked at Walmart, I did a lot of food safety and food handling stuff. So that came in handy. So the managing part will be easy for me because I've managed people before and I've done inventories and I can count, and there's not very many products in there. However, I've never made pizza. So I've been learning to make pizza for like the last 2 or 3 days, and it's so much fun. So much fun. Just different toppings and making different things. And as you can imagine, working at a pizza place, you're working with a lot of like teenagers, and they just got such a good attitude, and they're still fresh and good spirited, and they've not been run through the ringer of life and stuff yet. So it's good talking to them and meeting them and see what's going on. The guy's training me is an old school Italian guy. You know, his nose is big as can be. It's like, how's that nose not getting the pizza? But anyways, yeah, so far so good. Like I said, I can't complain. I'm really working on not complaining as much. You know, this Christianity thing is new to me. So it's really hard. Like, I'm the kind of guy that has to I think everything should be perfect all the time. And it's not how the reality is. I'm trying to lower my expectations of people and others and everything in general, and just literally go by day and just tackle what today holds and then worry about tomorrow. And that's really tough for kids like me from the 80s. They grew up, watching my back and, looking out for everything and always having to plan ahead because I got a key on my neck and I want someone to steal my key and then break into my house. And then tomorrow I got to wake up, so I've always been ultra responsible because I had to. So it's kind of really hard to lay back and just, let things happen. But anyways, that's what's going on with me. God is good. This past Saturday, I went to, I got a guy that goes to, that I used to see at the bank all the time. He's a pastor at his church called Serenity. It's here in the colony. Serenity is a church for people who had addictions and, jail sentences and whatever stuff that's going on, a church for them to make them feel a little bit more welcome, around people like them. So and then I'm not bragging. I've never been to jail, but I have been addicted to stuff. Everybody listening here has been addicted to something. Every single one of you are addicted to something, Snapchat, Facebook, brownies at 2 a.m. something. But anyways, so fun. I'm so glad I went. It was so much fun. So good. The band was amazing. They're a little bit louder than my church, but they were jamming. It was like a rock concert there. The lead singer was amazing. Such a good singer. So good in there. So glad I went. And so glad people like that have a place to go to. So good. I'll go again. If I'm ever off on a Saturday, I wouldn't go on a regular basis because, it's their thing. I don't want to be like, it's good to visit them, but, it's not, I wouldn't go every Saturday, and it's not anything against them. It's just that's their thing, intrude on their thing there. But I'll go again on Saturday. This past Sunday, my brother came to my church, which was weird for everybody there because they were like, "Who's this guy? He looks exactly like Steve." "Who are you?" "James." "Oh, okay." My brother. And it was good to have him there. Isn't it really weird in life whenever you have a lot going on and it starts tacking up? Like my brother showed up that Sunday morning. I'm all excited about starting my new job that day at noon after church. And then I wake up and I got a flat on a Sunday. And when you go through those things, just like another thing, what else? What's next? What's next? So honestly, when I was at church, I didn't really, enjoy the first. I enjoyed it, but I was just like kind of zoned out. About halfway into it, I was like, "Whoa, wake up! Come on now, come on! It's just a tire." And it's just a great time. Glad he came out. I'm a rookie at this Christianity thing. I'm a rookie. I didn't grow up going to church. I would go every once in a while when you had to stay the night at somebody's house. They're like, well, if you stay the night, you have to go to church the next day. It was always like, yeah, again. And then you'd go after you stayed up all night playing video games. You didn't pay attention. I didn't really pay attention to anything, this year. So it's also kind of funny whenever for people out there who are new Christians out there, it's always whenever your friends find out, especially people that know me, I'm rough around the edges, man. I'm rough. I had a rough life. Not really too rough. I mean, there's obviously people that have way more rougher lives than me. Just my childhood was a little, 80s, 90s, just, before we had cell phones and, it was just actually better. But anyways, I don't want to get too much into that. The Cowboys won. Let's go Cowboys. We're going to the Super Bowl. I told y'all last week. Get your popcorn ready. Get your Super Bowl tickets ready. Get your Super Bowl ring ready. Plan the route. We're going to Super Bowl. We're going to no. Anybody listen to Scooter Magruder? He's what do you call these guys now? A YouTube celebrity or a social celebrity? What do you call these guys now? I don't know. That's his bit. I'm not stealing it, but I think it's really ironic that the Cowboys haven't been to the Super Bowl like in since 96, 25 years. And then the year I get a job as an assistant manager at a pizza place where I cannot ask off for the Super Bowl. That is their Christmas day. That's their biggest, that's the biggest day of the year for them. I can't ask for the Super Bowl. The Cowboys will probably make it to the Super Bowl and I won't be able to watch it. And you know what? That's going to be awesome. Let's go. Let's go, Cowboys. No, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. The NFC is kind of wide open. AFC. Football in general is weird this year. No, but everybody beats everybody. Sometimes you should lose to them and you win and you don't. And one time you get stomped and one time you don't. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. So our next segment, we're going to go. This is called What's on Your Mind. What's on your mind? What's going on in your mind? What random thoughts do you have? Are you a random thought guy like me? I'm a random thought guy. Like I said, I'm a kid from the 80s before we had the internet. And after you watch so much, I don't know, Different Strokes and Scooby-Doo, you're like, you sit there in a room and stare at a wall and think about things. And I was wondering today, whatever happened to my third grade pen pal? Yeah. You're back in the 80s. Kids, listen, kids, with you texting each other. Back in the 80s, we used to have pen pals. And I remember my third grade teacher would bring a name. I don't know. It was like a name of, I don't know, like third graders in a Pennsylvania class in Pittsburgh. And you had to pick a name. And you literally with a piece of paper and a pen, wrote him a letter. His name was Joseph Moore. Wrote him a letter every Tuesday or whenever we would, whatever day it was. I don't know. I don't know I don't know. It's just like writing a letter. Hey, my name is Steve, and I'm in third grade. What do you say when you're in third grade? And I go to da 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 school, and I like the color red, and go Texas Rangers. What do you like? Stuff like that. I don't know. I try to look this guy up. I don't know. Pen pals. One time I put him I sent him an actual pen, like a pen rolled up in paper. He'd write back the same stuff. My name's Joseph, and I also like red. Go Steelers, stuff like that. Whatever happened to this guy? I try to look at the name up. There's a whole bunch of them, and then in that age of me, and it's like, is that serial killer of me if I start sending him messages? Hey Joe, were we pen pals in third grade? Like he remembers me. I got a good memory. Not everybody does. Like he remembers me. Like, sure, that was me. Do you still like red? Do you still like the Rangers? Anyways, whatever. Did you guys have pen pals? Was it great? Just like anticipating the letter to come. Letter to come. Same thing with like writing letters to like people in class. Do they do that anymore? I don't know. My daughter don't have letters. Letter writing was an art when we were in school, especially girls. They write you a letter, spray some perfume on it, some hearts, some stars. They're very creative on it. Spent a lot of time and effort. Hey Steve, how was your day? In third grade, not third grade, in seventh grade English class today, my friend, they write a whole letter for him, and you'd read it, and it would smell like their perfume, and you're like, oh, this is great. And then you write back, thank you for the letter, Steve. So, yeah, I don't know if kids write letters anymore. I used to also write letters to like celebrities. I think I wrote a letter to like Nolan Ron for an autograph, and maybe Ronald Reagan. Yeah, I'm showing my age. I went to school in the 80s. Never one of them wrote back. Obviously one of them. Maybe they still will. Well, one of them could. Ronald Reagan, rest in peace. But I actually got a Nolan Ryan autographed baseball one time, so he made up for it. Anyways, what else is on my mind? You ever get like caught in like conversations with people, that you have no business in? Like it happens to me a lot on like different like subjects or whatever. Like whenever someone starts talking about cars, it's like a foreign language to me. It's really like a foreign language to me. Like when you get one of those guys, I was like, oh, what kind of car are you drive? And you're like, it's a 2003 Chevy. You're like reading your insurance card in your head because that's all the way you know your car. That's me. Chevy Silverado. Oh, okay, what kind of engine is in it? Is it a 13.64 out, bored out, 3742, 122, set, hut, whatever they say. I'm exaggerating, but I don't, it's like a foreign language to me. It's got an engine, that kind of engine. Okay, what did it come standard with a 1476 8 caliber carburetor with a 1643? Put gas in it and it like goes to the store. Change oil every once in a while. That's me. I didn't grow up around cars. I don't know that language. So anytime someone talks like a cars to me, I come across as being, a rear end, but I just don't know it. So I'm like, I don't know. I know how to like change the battery. I can change a tire. Don't worry. I can do the basic. I can check the oil. I can put some antifreeze in it. Don't ask me what kind of all that is, whatever it says on the cap, just like whenever the flat, I took my car up there. How many miles is on your car? Whatever it says on the thing. These tires over here, they got the slickest. Man, I just need a tire, dude. It's flat. Fix it. If not, put another one on there, man. I don't know, man. I don't car talk. I'm sorry. I don't car talk. I don't know anything. I know enough to be a man, I guess. But other than that, politics is another one. I never grew up in my childhood, none of, in the 80s, like I knew who the politicians were, but I never grew up talking politics in my household or any household that I went to. So whenever someone gets in politic talk, the GOP of the da 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 and the Republican Democrats of the corner of the left and yada 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 and yada 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 yada. And I'm always like, that was awesome how Will Ferrell played George Bush on SNL strategically. Like I don't know. I don't do politics. Also, growing up, in the 80s and 90s, and middle class, lower middle class. Sometimes, whenever it's still today, whenever you get in these conversations with some of these people, I overheard this guy the other day, and he was talking about, oh my God, could you believe that when we landed in Hawaii, we had to sit on the runway for 30 minutes in Hawaii. And I was in the back of my head, I was thinking, man, can you believe when I went to Burger King the other day, they made me pull up for just a nugget? Really? Flight was delayed in Hawaii. Or whenever you hear somebody say, oh my God, we went to this 5-star restaurant and my steak, which cost $72, was amazing. But my wife came out and it was a little rare. Did you know that Taco Bueno used to sell 49-cent party tacos? Now they're 69 cents. I mean, come on. Yeah, whenever you get in those, mine are all food related. Whenever you get in those conversations, it's really awkward to me. Like, I don't know how to relate to you, man. Could you believe that on my rent-a-car, I got a BMW and I can't even listen to my phone on there. The jack was broke. Your BMW, huh? Man, when I went to 7-Eleven today, went to get me a big gulp, and the machine was broke, man. And I had 79 cents in my pocket. What am I going to do? So it's like I hate whenever you get in those conversations with people and you don't fit. So you just try to bob and weave it until you get out of it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it just happens to me a lot. Anyways, I'm looking at my clock back there. Like once again, every podcast I talk about this. For the people that's watching me on YouTube, you can see the clock. But if you're not, in my background literally is a white background with 1 o'clock. That's it. That way you don't have too many distractions that's looking at me. No, I'm working on my production value here, little by little. No one cares. Just me. Anyways, it's time for the Get Off My Lawn segment. Get Off My Lawn, where I talk about how I'm getting old and, how I'm getting old and stuff was better in my day because we walked to school uphill both ways in the snow, barefooted, carrying a bear. 300 degrees outside. No, I'm just kidding. I did walk to school both ways, but I had shoes. And it wasn't 3 miles. It was like a mile and a half. One time the only time in my life I ever got beat up was walking. It's middle of school. I was walking home. We'll get to Get Off My Lawn in a second. I was walking home and this is going to be embarrassing. Who cares? I was walking home and I had about a field left to get to my house and I had to use the restroom. So I start running and then I look back and I see these 4 big boys running towards me. I went to school with a lot of we call them ropers, big boys wearing boots and long jackets, and the wallet was 7 feet long, and cowboy hats and all that. And I didn't fit into that. And they're coming running towards me as I'm running towards my house. Have to use the restroom wearing sweatpants. I don't know. And they get closer and they get closer. I'm like, why are they running after me? And they get close and they corner me, and one of them says, "Give me your wallet." And I'm like, man, I'm 7. I'm in 7th grade. I don't have a wallet, dude. You went the wrong guy. Give me your wallet. I don't have a wallet. One of them writes me right in my face. Bam. It's the only time in my life I ever got punched. Fell on the face. fell on my face on the ground there, and didn't have to go to the restroom anymore. Yeah. Look, he used it. For this podcast, I'll use the non-cuss words. He used the restroom on himself. I'm crying. Are you gonna give me a wallet now? I don't have a wallet, bro. Took off. Remember 80s moms? I went home and told my mom. What does 80s moms do? Who did that? We're gonna go do. I'm gonna teach them a lesson right now. We got in the car. You're like, Mom, let's go. Got in the car looking for him. Found him. She's about to beat him up. She didn't know. She held back. You don't do that now. Anyways, get off my lawn. I was looking. Saw a video, an ad the other day, which, guys, we're gonna literally have ads everywhere now. We already have them on our phones. We have them on our laptops. We have them on our TVs. We have them. Where else do we have ads? Ads everywhere you go. Pretty soon, there's ads at the gas station pump. Pretty soon, you're gonna be in the Target bathroom, and a TV is gonna pop up, and it's gonna say, "You don't have enough wheat in your diet. You should try this cereal. It's on all three." I mean, there's literally going to be ads in the bathroom pretty soon. There's ads everywhere. You know, I say that now, but hopefully one day I can have enough followers on this show at Steve Clifton Podcast so I can get some ads. Anyways, get up online. I saw an ad for a Google 6 phone where you can magically erase someone or something out of the pic. Like you can literally take a picture of somebody like in the background, like, making a weird face or whatever, and you can delete them. Really? You guys remember in our day, whenever you find you're going through your mom's old or your grandparents, whoever's old, okay, young kids again. All of us kids that are 40 or older, we had a box of pictures at our house. You mean you go through the box of pictures and the picture would be cut off? It would just be one person. You'd be like, why is this picture cut? Oh, that was my ex-boyfriend. We cut him out of the picture with scissors. Now you can just digitally cut someone out. We used to cut them out with scissors or draw faces on them. Polaroid picture, you couldn't cut anything out. Polaroid picture was there. It was there. I don't know if this is necessarily a better of my day thing, but it's amazing. You can take a picture of something and digitally move it out of it. That's the world we live in now. Or now, even in pictures, you can't even tell if it's real. So, I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day. You guys ever find yourself on YouTube or TikTok or whatever you're looking at, Reddit, find yourself going down a rabbit hole? So a rabbit hole is say you start looking at dogs videos. And then you watch another one, and then you watch another one, and then you're watching another one, and 6 hours later, you're still sleeping. You're sleeping. Your phone's still watching dog. Rabbit hole. You go down a rabbit hole. And I was thinking about this in the 80s and 90s when I was growing up. We had rabbit holes as well. We all had rabbit holes. Hashtag rabbit holes. The stuff that we did just wasn't digital. Let me give you examples for the little door spring. The little spring that opened the door, doing, doing, hours, doing, trying to make it a different noise, doing. Hold on, what if I put this little tablet over here next to it? Doing, that was a rabbit hole. What about spinning quarters? Yeah, now you know where I grew up. We hours spinning quarters. You get 2 or 3 quarters out of the couch, or out of the drawer, or whatever. And you spin the quarter and see if you can catch it, see how it lands. Just the sound of it, dun, 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 spinning quarters, talking into box fans. Luke, I am your father. Just talking into box fans, saying all kind of different stuff into a box fan. Paper airplanes was a big rabbit hole. Who could make the best paper airplane? Who could make the one fly the best? Then you had the trick ones that would loop back and forth. You point the end of your paper airplane so you can fly at the furthest. Paper airplanes was a rabbit hole. Fortune tellers was a rabbit hole as well. Was also made out of paper. It was one of those things where you put on there, numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they find a number. Now flip it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's a color. Blue, BLUE. It's like a little piece of paper mache thing that you would flip. And then it would have your fortune underneath it. You'd write stupid things in there. When you grow up, you'll have no teeth. Or when you grow up, you'll marry a supermodel. Or it's like a fortune cookie kind of teller thing. Those was a rabbit hole. What about MASH? Anybody ever play MASH or math? Also with a piece of paper and a pen. Basically, we wrote MASH at the top of the paper, which stood for mansion, apartment, shack, or house. And then you would put 3 people you would marry, 3 kind of cars you would drive. What else? 3 places you would live, 3 places of your occupation, your dream job, how many kids you're going to have. And then you flip it over and you do the little circle thing, like zero and a circle in motion, and you count the number. And then you would just, by process of elimination, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're not going to live in a house. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're not going to have 16 kids. Then at the end, you're going to live in a, and it never really matched. It never, of course it would never match. You're going to live in a shack with Mariah Carey. You're going to be a professional basketball player. You're going to have 72 kids, and you're going to drive a Pinto. What? It never matched. What about this rabbit hole? 80s rabbit hole. We're talking about 80s rabbit holes on the Get Off My Lawn segment. 80s rabbit holes. I think this is more 90s when you recall movie phone back in our day when you had a regular phone on the wall, regular phone on the wall where you'd have to worry about, like, you'd be talking to girls and then your mom would pick up, hey, Susan, your shirt looks good today. Son, I need the phone. I'll call you back, Susan. Or your brothers would listen. Or you'd have to call. Anyways, movie phone was 444 film. I still remember the number. It was one of those kind of automated things where, like, if you know the name of the movie, you'd like to press 1 now. Just select a movie in a different area. Like one of those. It's like basically like if you went on your phone right now and Googled movie times, is exactly what it was, but it was automated. We used to like to listen to all the movie trailers. They'd have movie trailers on there. Coming in November 13th, Ghostbusters 2. 4 guys finding Ghost again. You sit there and listen to like for hours. The movie phone call thing. What else was rabbit hose? Just prank calling in general was a rabbit hole back in the day. Back in my day, prank calling in general we had it down to a science. Before caller ID, prank calling. I prank called a lot. I've spent many hours prank calling people, places, things. Call a hotel room, ask for a random room, 137. Yeah. Are you in 137? Yeah, I'm in 136 and I'm trying to go to sleep. You're keeping me up. Sir, I'm not keeping you up. I can hear you. No, so prank calling was down to a science until they made caller ID and star 69 and all that stuff where you could see who it was. And then it ruined the prank call game. You still would do some, but you could get caught. It kind of ended it. A couple more things in the Get Off My Lawn segment where I talk about being old. Honestly, so I was talking to one of my buddies and he was talking about how he was excited because he was getting his CPAP machine delivered. And honestly, I was kind of jealous. Like, I want a CPAP. For y'all guys that don't know what a CPAP is, it's for people, I guess, with sleeping issues or can't breathe during their sleep, or Google it. If you don't know what it is, look at me getting angry at you. Just Google it. CPAP machine. And isn't it crazy whenever people ask you stuff that they should Google? Like, oh, just Google it, bro. I mean, why are you asking me? Google it. Google. You really have a thing. Anyways, he had a CPAP machine and jealous. I want a CPAP machine. How do you get one of those? So I asked him, and he said, all the costs involved. And I was like, oh, that's why I don't have a CPAP machine. That's probably why I'm undiagnosed. I think I'm an undiagnosed human. My wife don't agree with me, but I think I had several things going on there. I definitely probably have sleep apnea. I probably do need to get a CPAP machine. I need to go to the doctor. That's a whole nother story. I was getting us guys to go to the doctor. I have undiagnosed stuff. Anyways, one day I'll find out. So we're gonna do the the last segment here on the podcast. Thank you for listening to the Steve Clifton podcast. This is called the Alive at 5, where I'll celebrate 5 things, that's great about being alive. Being alive is awesome, right? Being alive is very awesome. And I like to celebrate 5 things. Basically, this is a top 5 list, okay? With a different name. See me. In honor of Thanksgiving next Thursday, I'm going to do the top 5 Thanksgiving side dishes. Okay. And before we get into this, I know because I'm going to get some hate on this because people are food bullies. We've talked about this. Mashed potatoes, you get those all year, man. Are they good on Thanksgiving? Yeah. With a kind of different kind of gravy? Yeah. But you can get mashed potatoes all year. You can get mashed potatoes at a fast food restaurant, all year. Same thing with mac and cheese. Is mac and cheese a great Thanksgiving side item? You bet it is. But you can get mac and cheese all year. Corn, you get all year. Deviled eggs is, I wanted to put that on the list, but is that a side dish? I don't know if that's necessarily a side dish, and as well, you could eat deviled eggs, or we in my household eat deviled eggs all year. Whenever my wife makes deviled eggs, she has to make 50 of them because it's a contest who can eat the most. Deviled eggs is one of those things that smell horrible and taste great. Like the next day you open deviled eggs, it's like, ugh, what is that? And then you eat like 9 of them. So I didn't put that on there because I don't really think that's a side dish. It's more of like a hors d'oeuvre. Look at Steve, said a fancy word. Anyways, top 5 Thanksgiving side dishes. At number 5, I'm going to go roasted sweet carrots. But Steve, you can eat those all year. Who does? No one eats sweet carrots all year. Come on. Sweet carrots are good on Thanksgiving. Sweet carrots, you roasted them, kind of burnt. There's another food bully thing there. You burnt them. They're not burnt enough. You're never going to please anybody. Number 4, green bean casserole. So good. And I guess maybe some people eat this all year. We don't. Green bean casserole, so good. Once again, the little crusty things on top. Love green bean casserole, dude. Soupy. Yummy. Eat it. Number 3 on the top 5 Thanksgiving side dishes. Broccoli cheese casserole. I almost put this higher. And once again, some people might eat this all year. We don't. But, man, it's so good. And I got a strange love for broccoli. I want to eat broccoli by itself. But like if it's like in a dish, I'll eat it. Or like if it's in a steam bag with like, some other vegetables or mixed in fish or something like that, I eat it. But just broccoli cheese casserole with the rice, if it's done correctly. Oh, so good. So warm. So Thanksgiving. So Cowboys winning. Oh, the light got brighter. Oh, the light got better in here. Anyways, we're talking about the top 5 Thanksgiving dishes. At 5, I had roasted sweet carrots. At 4, I had green bean casserole. At 3, I had broccoli cheese casserole. Coming in at number 2, stuffing. But Steve, I ate stuffing all year. Stovetop don't count, bro. I'm talking about homemade, cut the celery, stuffing. Some people call it dressing. I don't know, whatever you call it. I like stuffing better. I think dressing sometimes can seem like it's a little bit more runnier and it's like mushier. Going stuffing. So good, man. Give me the whole corner of it. Some of that gravy with a weird egg giblet, whatever pieces of egg falling on it. Oh, so good. Top 5, Alive at 5 Thanksgiving side dishes. Number 5, I had roasted sweet carrots. 4, green bean casserole. 3, broccoli cheese casserole. Number 2 was stuffing. And number 1, my favorite side dish for Thanksgiving, yams with marshmallows on top of it. Oh, yes. Give me a whole bowl of it. My wife don't like them. So usually we don't eat them at our house, but if I go to like someone else's, I go right for the which is almost kind of like sweet carrots, but it's different. It's yams with the marshmallows on there, and they like roast the marshmallows on there. Oh, it's so good. I want it now. Anyways, yams are good. What else? Cranberry sauce. I don't really get that. It's usually in a can. I don't really get how that made it on there. I think it's just one year there that maybe the Indians are like, probably wasn't even the Indians, as us Americans were like, we need to trick this up. So hit me up in the comments below on YouTube what you guys eat for Thanksgiving. Sometimes we even do like we go rogue. We've gone rogue a couple times, and one time we did like lasagna, and one time we did like enchiladas. Is good to do something different on Thanksgiving. But anyways, hope you guys have a good week. Gonna go to work here in a little while and make some more pizzas. For you guys, man, for you guys that work in the food industry this whole year or these last couple of years, man, we applaud you. Y'all should get some more credit, man. That's tough work. It's more physical work than it is mental, I mean, but it's tough. But like I said, I've been there like 2 or 3 days. I'm really enjoying it. I'm trying to embrace it and do something different and trying to just let my guard down. And you never know what could happen there. But anyways, you guys have a good week. Stay out of trouble. Do something memorable. And if you do, don't record it. Just do it and don't let everybody know. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a good week. Hey, guys.